What's going on, guys? Tyler here from Unbox Techie, and I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Sometimes the hardest part of doing this is pronouncing the company's name. So today we're reviewing the Sceptre 30-inch monitor. Alright guys, like I said, my name is Tyler and I'm super excited to get in on this review of this monitor. This monitor is absolutely awesome and I've got it just like a few days ago, but I've been using it and learned all about it and kind of the ins and outs of it, the pros and cons of it, and it's just an incredible monitor. I've been super impressed with it, and really at a reasonable price too. If you look at other monitors that are kind of in this same genre, the same kind of specs, somewhere around there, they usually are much more expensive. So it's definitely not a top of the line monitor, but it is, you know, decent for the price that you're getting. So I do just want to let you know right before we jump into the review that all the links to these products will be down below in the description. All the products that you see around me, such as my lighting here or the pink lighting back there, as well as this Sceptre 30-inch monitor. So be sure and check that link down below. See what kind of price you can get. See, you know, if this is the one that you're interested in and if this is the one that'll work for you. So let's jump into the review. And just real quick, guys, if you could do me one quick favor, if you could just smash that nice red looking subscribe button. If you're into tech, you know, you like tech news, or maybe this is the first review you've ever seen in the tech industry, that would be kind of crazy. But if you are into any of that stuff, be sure and hit that red subscribe button. It really helps me grow the Unbox Techie fam. Alright guys, so many of you probably have never used a curved monitor before, and like myself, this was my first curved monitor I had ever bought. And at first, that was just something I was a little bit concerned about. Like, is that going to be weird? Is it going to be weird that it's curved in front of me? And then when I got it and realized how wide this actually is, I realized it needs to be curved because the angle of which way you're facing. So if the monitor is laying here flat in front of you, when you're actually facing it, your eyes are hitting at an angle here. But because it's curved around you, you can actually kind of see, and when either way you look, I mean, this is kind of an exaggeration, but either way you look, you're facing head on with the monitor. So I'll show you some pictures right here, but this is really honestly just helped me a lot because I don't feel like I'm off at an angle, and I don't have like a bad angle on the monitor at any time. I feel like with the curvature around me and my eyesight, I can kind of turn either way and still see directly head on with the monitor. The other thing I noticed right off the bat, which I already mentioned, is this monitor is very large and in charge. It is very, very wide. I was super surprised by that. Like 30 inches to me, yes, that seems very big, but holy cow, 30 inches when it's wide is like super long. So that iMac right there is actually, I believe it's a 27 inch, which means 27 inches diagonally. This 30 inch is like super long and probably like 1.3 times that, maybe 1.4 times that. It's like definitely a lot longer, and because it's like not as tall, it feels even longer. So that was something that kind of took me by surprise, but so far I have absolutely loved the monitor. Now this monitor also has speakers, but they're really not that great. I definitely wouldn't recommend using these speakers or expecting to use these speakers. I would definitely want to hook something up, and there is an actual audio out port, so you can plug in some kind of like headphones or an aux cable coming out to go to a speaker system, something like that that would allow you to have much better sound quality. It's nice that they're there so you know things are working, there is audio, but I definitely would not plan on using them long term. But then again, does anyone really expect good speakers on a computer monitor? This monitor's tilt angle is not super huge, but you can tilt it up if you're sitting up above it and looking down on it. It will tilt up just a little bit, and then if you're down below it or looking up at it a little bit, it will tilt down even more. So this is, you know, not a huge range, but definitely enough that you're going to feel comfortable using it. So just to go over some specifics with you, in the box it came with the monitor, a few pieces, like 3 or 4 pieces to build the stand, and then also a little mounting piece on the back. I haven't used the mounting piece. I'll show you a picture right here of what it is. I have not used it, and I probably won't be using it for quite a while, but I did use the stand, which is kind of like an oval stand with a little peg coming out, and the monitor just slides right on. I think it took like 3 or 4 screws to put the whole thing together. You just put the 2 pieces together, screw in from the bottom, and then screw in from the back, and the monitor's mounted just like that. So very simple to put together. This monitor comes with 2 HDMI ports as well as a display port, and it says up to 85 Hertz, which is pretty good, especially for the price and the size of the monitor that you're getting. And like I said earlier, guys, I have the links down below in the description so you can check out this monitor, check out this listing, you know, see what kind of price you can get for it. I really have been impressed with the monitor. There is blue lights on the back that kind of give it like that gaming vibe, and I did find you can actually shut those off in the settings. So if you guys are concerned about, you know, those blue lights clashing with your gaming setup color scheme or anything like that, you can actually shut those off and just keep them dark. So if you're concerned about that, you can turn those off, but I kind of like them. I think they're nice, and I don't really have a gaming scheme going on or anything like that. So I just leave them on, and I think they're kind of a cool accent light. This monitor is an edgeless design, and I will say it does pretty well at that. There's not much of a bezel or anything like that around the edges. It's pretty good in that regard. The aspect ratio on this monitor is 21:9, so typically you see in like widescreen like 16:9, but this is going to be 21:9, so ultra wide, like extra wide. And the pixel is 2560 by 1080, so it's not going to be 4K, but it is that 1080p. But again, you got to see what kind of device you're using and what it's actually going to look like, because you know, some computers can run that, some, you know, gaming systems cannot. And if you're using the HDMI port in the back, sometimes gaming systems cannot support that 2560 by 1080, and they'll just default back to the 1920 by 1080 and just stretch it a little bit. And that's actually what I'm using the monitor for, is for an Xbox One, and it is stretched, but honestly it doesn't make that big of a difference to me. I'll show you the actual, like, what the actual screen looks like when I'm pulling up a game here, but the response time is incredibly quick. I think an Xbox One X can put out to about like 60 Hertz, so it allows, you know, for quick response time, and the monitor feels like there's no lag in it at all, which is super nice. And I feel like overall it really hasn't affected my gameplay much at all. So I would highly recommend this monitor. I think it's super great monitor. As far as pricing goes, I think it's more on the low to mid end of monitors. There's definitely ones that are way out there and expensive, and you're going to get, you know, the maximum features out of them. But if you're just console gaming, or, you know, not that big of a PC gamer, I would definitely maybe check this monitor out, because it is a great price, and the links are down below in the description. You can check it out there. But if you guys have any questions, drop questions down below in the comments, and let me know what you think of this video. I'm back, and I got my pink lights here, and I am ready to go. So thank you guys so much for joining. Be sure and hit that subscribe button so you can join the tech family. And if you like tech news, tech talk, or you've ever used a piece of technology in your life, be sure and hit that subscribe button. Thanks guys, have a good one.